So let's go delete everything and insert a icosphere. We'll tap into edit mode and we'll subdivide it. Go to the subdivided settings and we'll set it to 10 and then set smoothness to 1. And then we're going to go over to the modifiers and we're going to add in a build modifier, and when you press play it should start building like so. And then we're going to go to frame around about 40 and then going to go ahead and apply it. And now we're going to go add in a solidify and we're going to bring the thickness to 0.03 and then go ahead and apply it. So now we're going to hit into edit mode and we're going to go menu search and search in limited dissolve, and we're going to go and put on a cut. And what that pretty much did is it kind of gave you all these weird kind of patterns on it. And now what we want to do is we want to hit this intrude and then individual. What we want to do is just bring it in ever so slightly, and then what we're going to do is we're going to extrude it like so. Now what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this and then we're going to duplicate it one more time, and we're going to hide both these two icospheres, and we're going to select this first one and put this at 0, insert the keyframes, then drag it all the way up to 250. I'm going to set this to negative 360. When you play it, apparently nothing because I didn't insert the keyframe. So negative 360, enter, then I to insert the keyframe, and now when you play it, it spins like so. We'll bring this one in, we will scale it out just a little bit, and then we're going to set this at 90. Insert the keyframe and we're going to rotate this from 90 as well. Insert the keyframe and then 450, enter an I, and we're going to give it a play like so. And then lastly we're going to go and animate this last ball, scale this one up so it's once again just a little bit bigger. This which is going to be negative 90, negative 75. We're going to start it at negative 100. Then we're going to bring it all the way up to 250, 460 degrees, enter. Okay, so now we're going to add in a icosphere and subdivide it, and we're going to subdivide it by 10, and then we're just going to hit tab. It's probably touching some things, so we're going to scale it down just a little. What we're going to do is we're going to add in a wireframe. We're going to replace the original, and then we're going to make it nice and thin, and we'll go apply. Then we're going to add in a UV sphere, and we're going to make this subdivision to 10. I'm going to make sure it's smooth. We are going to bring it in so it's just like this, hide everything else so we can see what we're doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this inclusion. I'm going to set the distance to 1 and the factor to 3, and of course we've got bloom on, and then we're going to go to color management. We're going to make sure that the look is on very high contrast, and now we're going to go over to the material tab and we're going to hit the plus icon. We're going to make 3 different materials for these, so we're going to go ahead, click new, and we're going to set this metallic to around about 0.6, and of course we've got to set this roughness to 0.3. We're going to bring down this color to nice dark kind of gray, and now this one is basically going to be exactly the same, apart from we're just going to duplicate it so it's a different one, and we're going to make this a little bit darker. The last one we're going to do is it's going to be emission shader, and I'm going to change this to 5, and I don't know, I'll give it a nice neat, oh that's 50, 5. That was a lot quicker than I was expecting. So now we've got our last pull to do, I guess. So we're going to go add in our 2, this one first, and then we're going to go and add in our darker one and assign it in. As you can see, it's just added in all of those. So when we go add in everything, you know what, I'm going to actually link another tutorial down below, which is going to be putting lava inside here instead of having this ball. So if you want to see that, make sure you check out the video linked below. So we're back now and we've got lava all in here. Finally, what we're going to do is we're going to rotate this ball of lava. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert it, and then we're going to move it to this, and we're going to go 720 insert. I'm going to go to this last frame and go 360, enter I. So now what we're going to add is a background. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and hide everything. We're going to add in a plane. So just add in a plane, and then we're going to go hit tab and subdivide it. And number of cuts is going to be 100. Now we're going to go over, hit the tab again, which is the modifiers. We're going to give it a subdivision surface. We're also going to give it a displace. We're going to go mute. Let's set this to distorted noise. I'm going to change this noise to cell noise. Cell noise just gives us a bunch of kind of QB squared. And then I'm going to go back over to the modifiers. You're just going to have to bring the strength down. Really that simple. Go apply, and then I'm going to go apply. Rotate it on the X by 90, and we're going to go and move it back somewhat, and we're just going to move this back, scale it up, and then move it back. Then we're going to go and duplicate this and just move it anywhere, it doesn't make a difference. And what we're going to do is we're going to tab into tab, scroll all the way down and go Shift S and go cursor to selected and tab out. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go set the origin to this point. When we move this, we can move it so it's up against there, and then we can rotate it by 90. And then again, we can duplicate this and bring it across like so. If we went back to the viewfinder, there's still quite a few gaps. Oh, let's eliminate these gaps. Now we don't see any gaps right now. We can go ahead and texture all of this. So that, you know, all the colors and stuff to this, I decided that I didn't actually like any of it. So I'm going to go through and remove all the textures. And instead, I made a smashed concrete material in an earlier video, and I'm going to use that texture that I made, which is over here, and I'm going to plant that onto these walls, and hopefully it will look better like so. And I think it looks so much better. So guys, I will link down below the video to how to make this concrete material. And now we've just got to come up with a good way to light this whole scene. So I'm going to switch out of this mode because it is killing this computer. Now let's go and get rid of all these. While we're there, we're going to go add in a plane, and we're going to go Z. While we're here, we're just going to go this view, and we're going to go Z, and then hold down Control, and it will snap it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit S, and we're just going to scale it up. We're also just going to add that concrete material that you can make point lights to each corner, and then put it this corner. We'll get both of them, we'll bring it down. I'm going to bring them in a little bit, and we'll go to the camera view, and then we will hopefully be able to mess around with these lights if this lets us. It's going to be really slow and laggy, so I apologize because I'm recording as well. We'll set it to 100. And we'll set this one to, can get out of real time because this is absolutely strangling this computer. Right, set this to 100, and we're going to move it in. And we're going to do the same with this one. Going to move it in. Then we might duplicate these and bring them up. And now we will go back to the camera view, making sure that we save it, because knowing Blender will crash or crashes all the time on my computer. Yeah, so I'm happy with this so far, but I might duplicate all these lights and then put them in front as well. Go up to the top view, go duplicate, and then move on the Y and put it around about here. Then we'll go back to the view, camera view, and we will go look at it. And I like that. I think that is a lot better, a lot better. So there we go, guys. I hope that helped. I hope you found this interesting. If you did, drop a like. If you didn't, drop a dislike, share, subscribe, and you guys know what to do. Just hit the like button. It helps me out a bunch.